everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nguyen, and today we'll be talking about how to prepare for nursing school. So if you don't know or you haven't seen already, this is actually part 2 of my nursing series that I'm creating. I am a new graduate nurse. I graduated this past May 2021 from the University of Memphis, Lowenberg College of Nursing. I was at the main campus, and I'm just now recently venturing out into my actual nursing career, and I wanted to create this nursing series to help anyone interested in the nursing field. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with the video. So this is definitely for my peeps who have been accepted into nursing school. If you haven't been accepted into nursing school and you want to know how to get into nursing school, check out my first video. But for this video, I'm assuming that you've already been accepted and you're waiting to actually start your nursing school semester. So here are some steps and some tips to help you with that. First things first is money. So if you're paying out of pocket for nursing school, my best advice to you is to get into contact with your advisor or someone in the tuition and financial department to help you prepare for the cost of every semester, as well as books and supplies. So get into contact with someone who knows that information for your nursing program and begin preparing for those costs. Sometimes nursing programs can set you up on like an installment agreement, or you pay a certain amount every month or every semester. And even if you're paying out of pocket, you can still look into financial aid or grants that may be specifically catered or provided only to nursing students. So be sure to look into all that before your semester starts, because once your semester starts, more than likely you've already paid for your first semester, or you've already started to buy books and supplies and things like that. And since I mentioned books and supplies already, I want to give the tip that sometimes you can actually find nursing books or supplies for cheaper on Facebook from previous students. I know for my nursing program, we did have a Facebook page just for students of my main campus and students of the other campus. And there were always nursing students selling their old books once they move up a semester or once they graduated, as well as supplies and even school scrubs. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. That way you can save some money and not have to buy brand new books or brand new supplies. Unless that's what you want, by all means, go ahead. But just a heads up, that stuff can get pretty expensive. So if you can find good, reasonable price used books or supplies. Next, my best advice is to take advantage of your free time prior to starting nursing school. Usually when people ask me how should they be preparing for nursing school, they're usually talking about like what should they be studying, and I usually just tell them don't, because honestly you're gonna have a lot of studying to do when you start nursing school, and you're going to have very minimal free time. So don't pre-stress and don't pre-study when you're gonna have plenty of that in the coming month or so, or however long it is until you start nursing school, because once you start, your life is gone basically. So take advantage of your free time, spend a lot of time with your family and friends, go ahead and have a sit down talk with them about what's to be expected when you start nursing school, because like I said, your free time is going to be very minimal. To your friends and family, it's going to seem like you just went MIA or you just went dormant, because you're going to be so busy studying, so busy preparing for these exams and trying to sleep when you can to do these clinicals. So be sure to spend as much time with your friends and family while you can before you start nursing school and in between breaks, and go ahead and have that sit down conversation with them about what is to be expected. That way there's not any misunderstanding or unrealistic expectations or any drama between you and your friends or family because of the fact that you just will literally not have time for them. And honestly, if your friends and family really support you, they're not going to be bothered by this. They're not going to be angered by it. And if anything, this is just going to help them know how to support you while you're being a nursing student and your time is kind of limited. Your friends and family really support you. They will love you through it, and they're going to appreciate you having this talk with them on the front end. That way there's not any misunderstanding. Nobody takes anything personal. And that way everything is just a lot more smoother for you as far as your personal life outside of nursing school. So, take advantage of this time, work as much as you can, stack up your money, have a pretty nice savings. If you're not going to be working in nursing school, it's going to really benefit you to have a nice savings, just so that, you can treat yourself here and there, and so that you can cover any costs that may arise during your nursing program. So, the more money you have stashed aside, the less stress you'll be if something unexpectedly comes up. And like I kind of mentioned before, books and supplies can be pretty expensive, so it will really benefit you to have that extra stash of money just so that you can cover those expenses. That way you won't be in a hole or be super stressed out about affording any other thing outside of just nursing school books and nursing school supplies. And if you feel like you just absolutely need to be studying something, or you want to be better equipped, or you want to have an advantage going into nursing school, my biggest recommendation is to just look over your anatomy and physiology. That way you can refresh your memory on what's the normal functionality of the human body and the organs and glands. And so that way, if you have a strong foundation in that and you go into nursing school and you're learning about the abnormal of how something functions, it will really help if you already understand the normal. So that's my only recommendation if you just absolutely have to study something. But like I said, once you start the program, there's going to be a lot of studying. So if I were you, I would just focus more on just having fun and taking care of yourself and spending time with yourself. Honestly, doing whatever I can before I have to buckle down and be all about nursing school, because you will have to buckle down and you may neglect yourself in the process. So be sure you're giving yourself a lot of TLC and that you're just truly enjoying your break before nursing school. And once you start nursing school, you're going to see what I mean, and you're going to be so grateful that you did spend time to have fun, because there's no fun in nursing school, unfortunately. Aside from following your dream of being a nurse, like, other than that, it is very stressful. So it kind of takes the fun out of a lot of experiences just because you're worrying about all these exams and everything in a short amount of time. And so yeah, you guys are going to see what I mean, and you're going to be grateful that you lived it up while you could. Next, you want to make sure that you complete all requirements necessary prior to whatever deadline your nursing school gives you. Most of the time when you are accepted into the nursing program, it's on a contingency that you get certain requirements done, such as a background check or a drug test, or they need records of your immunizations, and you may need to update some immunizations or vaccines in order to actually start your nursing program. So be sure to know what it is that's required of you before you can actually start the program. Know when that deadline is, and be sure to get all those things taken care of, because like I said, usually your acceptance is on the contingency that you finish all these requirements. And if you don't by that deadline, then your acceptance will be revoked, or more than likely it will be revoked and given to another student that's possibly on the waiting list. So be sure to not play around and get those things done as soon as possible. And going back to what I said earlier about working and making sure you have a stash of money, this will also come in handy for this, because background checks, drug tests, and possibly updating your immunization records all kind of cost you money. So be sure to have money aside, and that way you can get these things done as soon as possible. That way you don't put yourself at risk on losing your spot in your nursing program over something small that could have been taken care of if you would have prioritized getting it done before the deadline. So be sure to not mess around, because nursing schools do take that very serious. So don't neglect to do what you need to do in order to secure your spot and start your nursing program. And lastly, I want you guys to get excited, because honestly, getting into nursing school is a huge accomplishment, and it deserves to be celebrated, okay? Because for me, when I received the emails telling me that, congratulations, you've been accepted into Lowenberg College of Nursing, I was literally on the toilet, like just got home from work. It was a Thursday night. And when I saw that email, I immediately rounded up all my friends that were available, and I went out to eat and had a whole night out, because it was something to be celebrated. So make sure that you celebrate this huge accomplishment. This is a milestone in your life. You're one step closer in achieving your goal of becoming a registered nurse. So, be excited, celebrate, go out with your friends, go have a couple of drinks. So live it up and enjoy yourself, because like I said, your time will be very limited in the near future. So be sure that you celebrate yourself and that you have fun and that you get excited for nursing school, because even though you guys probably hear about how stressful it is, and you probably hear a lot of anxiety provoking type of comments about nursing school, regardless, it has great rewards. And if you're truly passionate about becoming a nurse, then this is something to get excited for. You are one step closer. And if I were you, I would just start praying. If you're spiritual or religious, start praying about getting through nursing school, and or start manifesting, say out to the universe, I'm a nurse, I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to get through nursing school. I can't tell you how many times I've written that down or said that to myself just throughout the semesters. So it's never too early to start. I would start doing it before I even start nursing school, and just start building that foundation of believing in yourself and having faith in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, or if you don't believe you can do it, who will? You know what I mean? So make sure that you're building that foundation. Make sure that you're giving yourself a pat on the back, because I'm proud of you. Everyone should be proud of you. You got into nursing school. You're one step closer to becoming him. You're one step closer to becoming the person that you want to be. This is some grown people stuff. So make sure you get excited, and I hope that my steps or tips helped you. If they did, please leave a comment below letting me know what you took away from the video, and let me know where you are, like what nursing, well, you don't have to tell me what nursing school, but let me know where you are and where you're going to school, like what state or city. Because I know a lot of people that follow me are from Memphis, which is my hometown. So I would really love if my channel could start reaching people that aren't necessarily from my hometown. But regardless, I'm grateful for the growing support. If you thoroughly enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you know of anyone that this this nursing series could interest or be of use to, please recommend my channel or recommend my nursing series videos to those people. And as always, thank you so much for the support. If you haven't already, head over to Instagram and follow me. I will put my Instagram handle over here, so be sure to check me out on Instagram. I do interact on Instagram the most out of all my social media, so be sure to go over there, follow me, so that you can interact with me more, and that way you can keep up with me as well. So like I said at the beginning of this video, this is my second video in my nursing series. Next week we're going to be talking about how to be successful in nursing courses and get through nursing school, so be sure to be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys next Monday.